I'm Petty Officer William Selby here at Club Meade at Fort Meade, Maryland, and we're here with the band Gooding for this episode of Command Performance.
Life ain't so easy to do.
You're doing a tour that's 50 states and 5 months, correct?
Knocked out the lower 48 in 14 weeks, and now we're just solving Alaska and Hawaii, but we were really lucky. There was quite a few markets that wanted us back pretty quickly, so we've actually extended the tour by about 30 shows, and we're doing another 25 states right now. You know, to this day, with 1,000 hours in the van and in the studios and stuff, we're still all best friends, so that makes it a lot easier. Even if you're fatigued and you've driven 30 hours and this kind of thing, you remember that it's a family, and that makes it a lot easier.
The music's been on commercials for, what, video games, cars?
I've always been a fan of movie soundtracks. We all love film and love things like that too. So we have some, other music on the side that's like instrumental, and I like to compose and do some things. I mean, the main driving force is just getting on that stage and playing, but anytime, you can use your music and something that, something that you believe in and keep some gas in the tank, it's a good thing. It's been really great. We had some music on Johnny Cash Walk the Line DVD version, and Ice Age 2, a few different things, like films that I would go pay money to see anyway. So it's been a really like a morale booster for us to kind of, to say, oh yeah, your music is legitimate,
Could you guys talk a little bit about maybe who your influences were?
My first influences were from my parents and from my babysitter, which was my uncle. So it was Prince and Led Zeppelin. It was a big mix between Motown and classic rock.
It started with the disco records. My dad used to play the disco ABBA all the time, and moved on to the Michael Jackson, Madonna, and then the 80s metal years.
After listening to music, you can hear little bits of so many different, things that sounds like that.
I hear the John Bonham and Jesse's playing, and it makes me smile every day. And you can definitely hear some ability the way he phrases. You can hear he listens to the Beatles a lot, so he gets some melodic bass lines.
You guys are releasing viral videos all the time on tour, right?
We edit them. We have the little vintage video maker apps on the phone, so you can make everything look like it's 50s, 1950s summertime or something. And take lots of Polaroids, and we basically piece everything together. We do 2 state facts. And then we just tell the goofy stories, like every band has. Ramen in the coffee pot, the van's set on fire, it's been broken into. It's been really fun because what we're doing about a 1 to 2 minute video for every state in the union. And I think we got the first 11 done, so I'm 39 behind right now.
There used to be a time where you could hit 1 million people overnight. I think that a lot of things in the music business have changed in a way that we have to do a lot more of that work ourselves. And we just, instead of fighting what it used to be, we just gladly do it.
There's also one where you play 3 guitars in one song.
I'll tell you how it started. Originally started with 2. We were down in Texas, and I remember I had actually, it's no big deal to break a string. You can get around a string, sometimes 2. I had broken I think 2 or 3 strings at once. It was just ridiculous. And so I had this other guitar on a stand, and I kind of grabbed it. But I was still kind of caught up, so I went back trying to tune the one and play it. And this lady's in front of the stage saying, "Oh my God!" In her mind, it was that's what I was trying to do. The third one is, just you got to have your circus trick, try to get people to dial in.
What was the driving force of, hey, we're going to get out here and we're going to play some of these basses. We're going to play for some of our troops. Can you talk about what was the driving force behind that?
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, one of our kind of co-managers that we work with, Joe P. out of Jersey, he's from a military family. Father had a Purple Heart, and Billy's brother was actually Texas Airman of the Year last year.
I come from a military family, all the way from my grandparents, World War II. My dad was in Vietnam War, my uncle was in Vietnam War. My brother did his tour in Iraq, and he came back and he got the Airman of the Year. Except for me, this is the way I can contribute, back to the troops. But it's an honor for me and, for my family as well to do something like this.
A lot of troops are going to see this. Do you have anything individually that you'd like to say?
We're all thinking about you guys, and thank you for everything that you do. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to tour 50 states in a van and trailer and play music for you guys.
After meeting them, and especially the guys that have come home injured, making that kind of sacrifice, it's put a brand new meaning on what the importance of the sacrifice and the importance of having the freedom to be able to do what we do for other people.
We're honored by your service. I wouldn't be holding the guitar if you weren't willing to stand on a line.
You're still surprised when things fall apart. Good baby, me so.
That about wraps up this edition of Command Performance. If you'd like to see this episode or any other episode, log on to pentagonchannel.mil.